So I had a whole bunch of requests to give an update on the shop, so I figured I'd do that real quick. Actually have a customer's car over here that I'm reading right now. This is a 2020 Scat Pack, and on 2015 and up, Dodge, anything, truck, car, doesn't matter. They all use the same controller, and you have to send the PCM off to get it unlocked. So it's reading the transmission and engine controller right now, which takes about 20-something minutes. You have to put in a security bypass cable just to be able to read it. PCM is going to get shipped off, and it takes about a week to do these cars, the very first time. You don't have to do this every time you want to tune it. You have to install that stupid bypass cable every time you want to tune it, but you have to unlock the PCM once. This is another perfect case of where I had agreed to meet the customer at a certain time. I was 2 minutes late. Very rarely are customers on time. I was 2 minutes late, and he was here waiting on me. So here I come pulling up in my truck, and I didn't want... That's exactly why I took the time to throw those bushings, or those control arms on there, so it wasn't squeaking and carrying on whenever I first pulled in. So I had several other questions about the ventilation in the shop. So I use these little fans to help kind of take the edge off of the heat. That fan over there in the corner basically just blows the exhaust fumes to keep them from piling up right there in the corner. And it also keeps junk off of the back wall, which it does an okay job. It's not perfect. And then this guy right here is actually where most of the ventilation comes from. Fan gets turned sideways, gets turned on high. This is a 42-inch. It's like a 300,000 CFM fan or something like that. That's a 4-foot doorway. So that fan gets turned on, that fan gets turned on, that door gets open. Believe it or not, it actually keeps it very well ventilated in here. I had a compound turbo diesel on my dyno during a dyno day, and that thing smoked like crazy, and it had the entire shop cleared out in about 30 seconds. About the time the dyno slowed down and stopped, the whole shop was cleared out. You couldn't see any black smoke in here. Like, you name it, I've had it in here on the dyno, and between those 3 fans and keeping that door open, it airs it out in here in minutes. I mean, and you won't even smell like fumes after you leave the shop, no matter how many cars I've had in here. So this actually works really well, because there's always a breeze blowing through here. It's not just the fan. There's always air moving. So as long as I keep that door open and that door open, fine. No issues whatsoever. I put a door sweeper and stuff around that door so the fumes don't actually get in there. I can be in here all day long doing pulls on a car, go in there, and it still smells like the air freshener that we have in that bathroom. And I did the same thing over here. I put weather stripping around the door and a door sweeper, so you never smell fumes in there. So you don't smell anything. Shop is rolling. I actually have 2 Scat Packs like that are supposed to come in. That guy had to go to work, so he dropped off first. There's another one that's supposed to be dropping off here. I have a 2015 Camaro V6 tune that's coming in. Yes, V6. Nobody in my area will tune a V6, so I've tuned V6 Chargers, V6 Camaros. I don't care. Tuning is tuning. I make the same amount of money. If the customer's happy with it, I'm willing to tune it. It doesn't matter to me. And then I have a dyno pull appointment where a guy's coming in today. He just wants to get some baseline numbers for his Infiniti. So today I'm rolling a lot. If things go well today and I get a lot done today on this V6 Camaro, because there's just a lot of stuff done. I told him he's going to have to drop it off and leave it with me till tomorrow. There's just a lot of stuff going on today, so I don't want to try to crank out a tune. I prefer to take my time on a tune and make sure I hit all the cells and everything to make sure that I'm comfortable with the tune and that I would drive it around before I let it go. I've got another guy who I'm going to call back. He wants me to do some clutch work on 2014 Mustang GT. Apparently he had another shop work on it, and it was, I guess they did a terrible job. And I worked on his turbo Mustang and found a whole bunch, like the turbo was leaking oil, found a whole bunch of stuff wrong with it and had to fix it before I could even really get it tuned. So he's really happy with the work I'm doing. So he's sending other people to me, which, thank God. Pretty much all of my business comes from word of mouth. Business breeds business. It's kind of funny. I do one guy's car, he really likes it, and 3 other guys show up because of it. I also have a header install that's supposed to be later this week. I had one other thing that I can't remember that was going on this week. I know I had something. I've got it all kind of labeled out, but so that's what's going on. I made some updates to the shop. Got a little display box here This is a gigantic nitrous kit, 15-pound bottle, automatic bottle heater built into the bracket. It's got a remote bottle opener. We've got a window switch, blah, blah, blah. This whole kit is $1,900, and it will do up to 200 shot of nitrous. So just keep that out here, letting people know, hey, we sell parts and do installs too. I've got a couple sets of wheels. These are for pickup trucks that come in where the dyno is, or where the truck is wider than the dyno. The dyno is only 80 inches wide, and pretty much every factory car or factory truck is 80 inches or less. The only one that's not is a Raptor, and that's what those wheels are for. Those are for a Raptor, and it ends up being 81 inches wide on those wheels. So it still fits, just barely, but that works. Got me a little cabinet to organize things, just like fuel can. It's crazy how many cars I get in. I throw them on the dyno. It's got a half a tank of gas, and that second half of the tank goes by really fast. So just some cleaners in case I have stuff dumped on the dyno, which happened the other day. I had a car overheat, put coolant everywhere. It was fine. The customer had no issues with it whatsoever. Put it on the dyno to do a power pull, and it overheated in the middle of the pull. Turned it off, dumped coolant everywhere. So I had to squeegee out the whole dyno bay, which I guess is good and bad. I ended up making a little bit of money because he paid me to fix the problem. I've actually got a TV up there. So during dyno days, I actually show the graph up there so that people sitting over here can see what's going on. Don't think we've made too many changes to the waiting room. We'll just go ahead and look at that. So we've got some decor in here, snacks, drinks, for people that are waiting. I can also put the dyno on there, or customers can use that to stream YouTube or whatever they want. Got me a better monitor. We sell t-shirts, which we've actually sold several during dyno days and stuff like that. But definitely staying busy at the shop. Lots going on, thank God. Everybody who I talk to who says they start a business say it takes years before they actually start doing well. And I've been doing this full time now for I think this is 10 weeks. So I've been doing this 10 weeks, and we're almost to the point where we're paying our bills. I mean, we are so close. We're going to be able to pay our bills and the shop bills with just what's going on here. Got plenty of money in savings that will allow us to make up the difference whenever we have short months, but we're so close to being able to pay all of our own bills, and we've only been doing this for 8 weeks. I'm still making money, and so it's offsetting. It's just not 100% of what we need to pay all of our bills, but we're really close. Once we get comfortable and we're paying all of our bills and then some, there's actually a space next door that I'm going to rent. Oh, I just remembered. The other thing that I'm doing this week, a guy's dropping off a motor swap. I used to work for, we used to work together at Molex. He found out I was doing the shop, and he wants me to swap a motor into his Monte Carlo for him. So I'm going to be doing an LS swap. He's supposed to be dropping it off toward the end of the week. So the beginning of the week and the end of the week are going to be pretty busy because both of these Scat Packs should be, their computer should be back the end of this week. And then that guy's dropping off a motor swap. So it's going to be kind of a crazy week for me. But anyway, once we get to the point where we're making our bills and then some, I'm going to rent a space next door, which is one bay down to this, and just keep everything right here. The rent's only a few $100 more a month than it is here, but I just want to make sure I can pay everything really comfortable, and then I'll expand. And once I expand to that place, I'll have a place to store cars inside and put my lift and put everything all in one place. And once I get that rolling and I get that comfortable and we're paying all of our bills and then some, I'm going to be looking for somebody to hire to do videoing, editing, and just odds and ends like that, running to the parts store, stuff like that. But I need somebody who believes in the business and is excited about the business, who wants to get in on the ground floor. If that's you, hit me up, send me a comment, and we'll start talking. But so that's kind of a business update. I'm going to get this Charger's computer out and get it off to the post office so we can get it out today. He's paying for overnight, so I want to make sure I get it out today. But that's what's going on at the business right now.